Welcome
Welcome to
to
Shade
Shade
and the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl Treese,
It's Nels.
and today we are here to do our recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. I'm sorry, 16, yes. Episode 3, High Notes and Cheap Shots. Okay. So yeah, all of our Shade Squad and our new viewers, if you have not already, please make sure you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all, let's jump right into this episode because it was good. It was actually a very good
It was.
episode. I could have done without Angela, but it was good.
No. She was, listen, we needed her. Okay. We needed her so Shamea can talk mess.
Okay,
We,
yes, that's true. Thank you. You're right. Thank you. She did have a purpose. Thank you for your
yes.
services. All right, let's get into it. Let's get shady. All right, y'all. So we start off this episode. We see Britt and Mike. They have his family over. It looks like maybe his sister and a couple of his nephews, and they're basically Britt lets us know that Mike is very different from the type of guy she used to date. Okay, we learned that she actually used to date Rick Ross. She said that that was a very, you know, long chapter in her past, but
No, it seemed like everybody dated Rick Ross for a few months and then he moved on to the next.
right.
I wouldn't even listen. I would be embarrassed to say that.
I was gonna say I wouldn't even say, but you know what? I feel like
He
she
was
had no
part of
choice. I feel like she had no choice because production brought it up. I don't think she would have said anything otherwise. I think she
Let me
was
say
just.
something. Look, I would have just sat there.
I would have said I will not confirm nor deny
No,
these
just giving the
allegations.
answer. I'd have been like, I'd act like I ain't even hear you.
So but she said that when she met Mike, he didn't give her that vibe. He gave her good husband, good man vibes. So then one of his family, or his sister, basically, I did not get her name, so forgive me. She's asking about how the birthday went, and Britt explains how Kenya was being a little shady and says, but look, as long as she can keep it cute, we'll be fine. Then they move on to talk about the plans to have a baby. Mike wants a baby very soon. She wants a ceremony sooner. Okay. His sister asked about like what's holding it up, and Mike isn't interested in having this discussion basically at the dinner table. So
He said because I ran out of
what he say?
He said because I ran out of what was they eating?
Lobster tail?
No. Scallops. He's like, I ran out of scallops. And then the chef was like, oh, more scallops coming up. Like, if that's what you need to have this
Right.
conversation, boo.
So then him and Britt's sister go down to the cellar, and his sister's like, I know my brother's a lot. He's always joking around. He's not really taking anything seriously. Britt opens up about how important family is to her. And she goes into about losing her father in 2015. She said that he was very big, a big industry professional in the mortgage industry, and says that he had a $2 million. So I was a little confused by this, and maybe y'all can explain it. She said that he had a $2 million life insurance policy from his mother, but she didn't get it because he passed away transitioning from one job to another.
It sounds like he had the life insurance policy through his job.
And when he took the other, okay, got it. Oh,
rather than that's what I'm assuming. It doesn't sound like he went through a life insurance like company on his own, kind of like with health insurance.
Okay, no, I'm more taken aback and so hurt that if they've been with this man for this long and he just happened to pass away in the transition in a matter of that they would still cover it. I understand it's a business, but
well, no, Trees, if you leave, he's transitioning to another job. Just like think of it as health insurance, right? Health insurance, you have
ain't there some Cobra or something?
Yes, there's Cobra. That's not how life insurance works.
Okay, I'm not tripping.
And most people don't do Cobra because Cobra is more expensive.
It is.
But when you leave one job, you have the choice of keeping the same insurance or not through Cobra. Life insurance, you leave one job, you go to the next job, you pick up life insurance with that job.
Oh
So
damn.
that's yeah, that's what it sounds like. It was through the job.
Okay, well, thank you, Nels, for breaking it down for us. So, so that's why Britt decided to start her insurance agency. She says that she had to start a GoFundMe basically to bury her father or whatever his arrangements were.
Oh,
And
I thought she meant to start her business.
no, I thought she meant a GoFundMe to put him in the ground because it sounds like if they couldn't get his life insurance, it sounds like and if he was in transitioning between a job, it sounds like he might not have.
I hope he haunts everybody at that damn company.
What? Oh, you mean the insurance company?
His job.
Oh,
His
his
job
job.
wouldn't do the payout.
So she says that you know, so she decided to start this business with her sisters. But now because of that, things have been shaky. She sold the business. She said she had to fire her older sister, or her older sister said went her separate way because she said she was too tough, and the other sister she had to fire because she got too comfortable and she still had a business to run, so she just decided to sell it. And clearly, I mean, I imagine it's doing well, so hats off to her. I mean, it is a business, but yeah, girl, I don't know.
Britt kind of annoys me.
Well, you said that before.
You know what? It's not like I dislike her. I just know I wouldn't be able to be around her for a long period of time. Her energy is just too much for me. She's a lot. She's like all over the place, and I can't.
Yeah, yeah, she is. She is a lot.
All right. So Portia met up with Kelli, and first thing I
My good
noticed was
Pisces.
she's a Pisces. I wouldn't say good Pisces. So first thing I noticed was she ordered a Hennessy strawberry margarita. I'm gonna have to try that. Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. And I like my tequila.
Look, I was like, that's a strong order. You must be trying to get ready,
Get
Portia.
through this. But Portia says she hasn't drinking lately, okay, but she needs Henisha, okay, to come and help her get through this mess, whatever Kelli decides to bring. Kelli knew the vibe was off a little bit, so she decided not to drink. Good choice. Um, but she wants to make sure that they're good because she did invite her to her. I don't know why it was aggravating me because at the end of the show she said Balmain, but she said Balmain, mommy
Oh
and me
my.
event. She kept on saying
Mhm.
Balmain, but then at the end she said Balmain. Girl, stop. Okay, so I
How
love.
do you really pronounce it? Because I feel like everybody pronounces it. I feel like I hear both, and I don't know which one is the
I've
correct.
never heard Balmain until she said it.
Balmain, really? I feel like I've heard people say, and maybe
I
because I'm
didn't know
just
what
used to hearing people
literally
mispronounce it.
I didn't know what she was talking about till it showed the name on my screen. She was like my Balmain mommy and me event. I was like, and then it popped up on my. I was like, oh, she's talking about Balmain. But then she said it at the end. She said Balmain. But anyway, so yes, I love that Portia called her out, and said that you're giving put off energy today, and she said, you know, you have different personalities, and I don't know them yet. Portia, yeah. Okay. Portia said all her personalities start with the L. Loud, loud, louder, and loudest. See, I can't deal with it. I think that's why her and Britt get along so well. Um, Kelli said that she has different personalities, but Portia has different men. I mean, I think I really have different men and different personalities.
Well, I just feel like that just didn't land like she thought it
It
was.
didn't. It didn't land at all. Um, Kelli said when she had dinner with Shamea, she asked basically what the story was. She's giving Portia the background. And Portia said, yeah, that is not the tone that was brought to me. And Shamea brought you the right tone. Okay. And, she says that it made her feel like she needed to be prepared for the type of attack from people that don't even know her. Kelli said when she was asked the question, Shamea told her that she needs to address Portia herself. And Portia said, she told you to address me at her party. And she was like, well, I didn't think that was her intention. She was like, well, whatever her intention was, I don't think it was to hurt me. And then she said that Shamea knows that she's going through a divorce right now. She doesn't understand why, she would send this girl to ambush her. Um, I don't think that was, I don't know. That would, to me, that just got so misconstrued. I just felt like she was just basically saying, you don't know this girl to be talking
Right.
about her. I think you need to go talk to her.
I peeped that too. I was like, no, I think that we're putting 20 on 10 with
Yeah. So then she told her that it was her fault. Okay. She said, girl, you was trolling me. Kelli said that she can't wait to let her know that, can't wait to let Shamea know that they cleared the air. And Portia said, girl, we got the most bipolar relationship. Then I thought it was funny. Kelli felt comfortable enough to order a glass of champagne. Portia let her know, girl, I called you a troll, but now you my treasure troll. And she said, as long as I'm Poppy. I thought it was kind of cute. I thought it was cute.
that was cute. I
And I thought it
again,
was nice that she let her know ahead of time. I did call you a troll, so you don't have to find out on TV on your own. I said it.
yeah, no, I think this was cute. I hope that they, it stays this way. Like I said, I'm with you. I was a little misconstrued with the whole Shamia situation, and I felt like, yeah, I felt like I don't know if it's the way Kelli presented it or it's the way Portia received it.
First
But
of all, Kelli made it sound like she wasn't trying to be shady when she said it, and that's a
and
damn lie.
that's a
It's
lie,
a
right?
damn lie.
Right.
So I think that Portia is under the impression if she was just asking a question and not trying to be shady, why would she send you to me?
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, she was trying to be shady, and she's basically telling you, girl, you don't know her like that. Why don't you go talk to her and find out for yourself?
Well, all right. So then we see Drew. She's in the studio recording, and she's invited Kenya and Cynthia and Angela to listen in. So she's talking about, they're all like, oh, it sounds like a love song. And she's like, no, it's more about falling out of love for me. And she says that, Kenya really had her back when everything first, went down. And however,
Hold on,
she's
no, no.
what?
First thing I noticed
Okay.
was the first line, okay, was I'm not too good at keeping secrets everybody knows. Ma'am, it wasn't a secret. It wasn't a secret. There was nothing for you to keep. You just look like a dumbass for playing along with it, okay? We knew he was cheating on you, okay? Trace, you didn't know he was cheating on her?
Why you
Why
gotta
you
do
that?
what to Drew like that?
Like what? Like she was keeping a secret that
She's
everybody else knows? Didn't we know? Did we not know? Daytona Beach? But we knew. We knew. And we knew Drew knew. Drew was playing stupid. Secret my
okay.
ass. Where it was not no secret.
Okay, clearly Nails is feels a way about that. All right. So then
I've been feeling a way about that since that man got on the screen.
okay, so then Kenya asks so then we get into, just divorces, and so then they go over to Angela and they like, "Oh, so is this your second marriage?" And she's like, "Nah, me and Charles, this is me and Charles' first marriage for both of us, okay?" And she lets them know that she, he met because he held the elevator for her, and she went on in, and then Kenya is like, "Oh, well, it must have been very easy to date since y'all are in the same building and whatnot." And then she's like, "Well, you know, he was still a bachelor at that time, but I had the front desk. I was friends with the front desk people, and I,
I know you don't like her,
I did like that.
but this so reminded me of you. This
Oh yeah,
so made me think of you. I said, this is such a Latrice thing to do. Get friends with the concierge so she could find out your every move.
that part. No, I give her that. I put respect on her name for that. So so then basically Kenya asks where Dennis is. And Drew avoids it by offering drinks. And this is what I'm talking about, Drew. I be trying so hard to sit here and cape for you, and then you do real dumb, awkward stuff like this. Just
That
answer
doesn't
the
make it look
question.
good. That doesn't make it look good.
Just answer the question. Oh, it irritated me so bad. So anyway, you know, basically Kenya don't let her deflect, and she's like, "Where's Dennis?" And Drew said, "Well, he was supposed to be there so they could pick her single." And Kenya's like, "Well, have you talked to Portia?" And she says, "No, they haven't talked, but they've texted." And she said, that her and Dennis, they don't talk on the phone. Okay. And so, however, Bravo shows receipts of her calling Dennis 2 weeks prior.
Let me say this. Let me say this, Trace. Let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I understand where you was coming from. Last week, they worked together. He needs to be there because he's the producer.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe, just maybe, Portia knows this woman and how things will look. Okay? Because even this didn't look good. Why do you feel the need to lie about the fact y'all talk on the phone? Imagine if they were on screen together.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That makes perfect sense. Because I did not understand this at all, Drew. Didn't.
If it's nothing and it's just a professional working relationship, why are you doing all of this?
The only thing I'm gonna say is that maybe
she's giving your girl from Huntsville.
who?
Trisha?
Trish?
Trish, yeah.
Nah, that ain't my girl. That's why I ain't know who the hell you was talking about.
It's giving Trish. She's giving Trish.
She does a lot of word circles. It doesn't, and it
Which
doesn't
makes it
make
all look like a lie.
right. So then basically Kenya lets her know, look, I love you, boo, but yeah, that situation with what's the name? Portia, that wasn't cute. And I would have felt the way too, basically. And she's like, but no, and we just have a business relationship. Okay. Drew claims that she has proof of her sending text messages to Portia to try to tell her or talk to her about working with Dennis. She said she sent one back in January 23rd. She didn't hear back from Portia until the 26th. She texted her February 23rd, and then Portia responded March 8th. They were supposed to go to Nobu, and Portia did cancel on her. Now, Cynthia says in confessional, look, boo. And first of all, can I just say thank you, Cynthia, for changing that confessional look, because that wig was not your friend.
But then she
That
showed up
little,
with a party with the wig that was not her friend either. It was
well, but
given Ike Turner or something. What the hell was
I
that?
don't know, but it was not a good look.
It
Throw
was
that one
rolling
in,
down the river.
right, throw that one in the trash, baby. So anyway, she's like, look, she should have just picked the phone up and called Portia. Cynthia tells her that Kenya booked Leon for one of her projects. And made it a point to speak with Cynthia about it and get her blessing first. So Kenya asked her why Dennis isn't speaking up for her. And Drew says that Dennis has been so professional. And Kenya's like, why you out here looking like a whole
Whore.
whole
She said,
whore? Right. So then Cynthia's like, well, have you spoken to Shamea, since she's the one that like put it all on the table? And so Angela tells her version. They talk about, Angela tells her version of what happened when they met up with Drew's trainer and how, she went off. And Drew said Portia did reach out to her after Shamea's party and said they need to talk. So Cynthia leaves her with one piece of advice. Baby daddies hit different. Okay.
I made sure I said over at Sterling Hall
Sterling
because
Hall.
I think you said Sterling and I said Shirling. Did I say
Shirlington
Shirling?
or something like that. Yeah.
I think I said Shirling. And I said, you know what? It is, you're right. It was over at Sterling Hall. Okay. So Shamea is sitting with her sisters and said that, she's still reeling from the party. But now it is back to business. She's talking about how she had to go to Boston for Shiloh, but while she was there, she got a second opinion on Shia. Apparently, the doctor said that she needs to get her tonsils and adenoids removed. She says she does not know what she would do without her sisters. There was times where she was at doctors with Shiloh, and she knew she wasn't going to make it in time to pick up Shia. And her older sister was just like, you know what, I got it. Her middle sister, who has lupus, put her own feelings and helped to the side to make sure that she was good. So she gets super emotional talking about how, you know, she's about how she's talking to a surrogate, but she doesn't even know what the future is going to be like with Shiloh. Um, and then Shamea is, you know, she's just getting emotional while her sisters is telling her, girl, I don't know why I love this part. Her sister was like, Shiloh is thriving. Okay,
Right.
that baby know her own struggles. She is so happy. She is always smiling. Like, you're over here upset, and Shiloh has no idea what's
No
going
clue.
on.
Right.
She is
And I
happy
think
as,
that that is absolutely beautiful. However, I
oh
want
goodness.
to
Okay,
know. No, however, I have one question and I wanted to know if it was anybody but me. I love the scene. I love seeing her vulnerability, but a part of me felt like I know last episode I was all on board for her making her husband happy and her doing all the things because he wants to expand their family. But from this particular conversation, it seems like it's very draining on her.
mm-hmm,
Um, and I just wonder if he's considering her feelings. Like even when her sister said, "Have you had the conversation with G?" and she's like, "Yeah, we talked about it." And he said, "We'll face the challenges when we get there."
mm-hmm.
And when she broke down and she said she just wants to make sure she has enough love to give to me, that I don't know, that hit a chord in me because I always ask people who have multiples of children, how can you not feel like you love one more than the other? How can you spread your love evenly? I've always wondered that. And so, and especially when if you have one that may need special attention or may and I think and with her jobs and stuff like that. And not that he's not working and doing this thing too.
I
And
think she
obviously
even said like the Shia would be like, you know, I don't want you to be at the hospital. Make daddy go
right,
or something like that. Yeah.
right,
You know. Mm-hmm.
right. And I just feel like I don't know. I don't know. From that particular scene, it just made me feel like she's a little bit overwhelmed. And then now thinking about doing surrogacy again, and it may be successful, but that still is another child that's in your house and somebody that you have to take care of. And yes, they
Mm-hmm.
have nannies, and yes, you know what I mean. But I don't know. I just got that vibe, and I didn't know if anybody else clocked that. Y'all
and
drop in the
and
comments.
no, and I completely understand that, but I feel like, and it doesn't make it right, but I feel like it's in our nature
Right.
to
To wanna do that.
to
Yeah.
just give
Right.
and give, you know, abundance, even if it does drain us, even if, you know, we are
Yeah.
tired and worn out. It's in our nature to just want to please and make
And
the
she
world
said
make
that
you
that's
happy.
I think she said that about herself even as a friend. She said
Hmm.
a lot of the times I don't talk about what's going on with me. I'm too busy listening to what everybody else has going on.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I just when I saw this scene, it broke and I'm not gonna say it broke my heart, but I felt bad for her because I saw somebody whose cup was kind of on empty. And
Hmm.
you could tell that she's been pouring into everything and everybody else for a while, and she was empty at that moment. And I'm happy her sisters were there to pour into her, but it just made me sad for her.
Yeah.
It's Angela and Charles. They're trying to get this investment property together. Angela brings up this vow renewal that she wants to do, and Charles tells her we'll see. Okay, he don't seem like he wants to renew it, and I'm gonna be quiet. I don't think he have like you for real. So she talks about so he damn sure don't want to do it again if he didn't want to do it the first time. But anyway, so she talks about a time in 2017 when he attended a game in Madison Square Garden. Apparently, the Knicks owner wasn't fond of him and kicked him out. That's unfortunate, but no shade. Charles is giving that he might be an a-hole. She said that they were newly married and he needed to heal, and she couldn't do that for him. Newly married. And so they decided to live separately. Charles would, rather take care of the houses first and the investment properties. And so he's basically putting off the renewal. And she talks about wanting to go meet up with Wendy, their therapist, to continue to work on their marriage.
So
Do you think he like her? Or do you think that he likes that she goes along with whatever he said?
I think he thinks she's a stalker and she was there. Ain't this the one that like they met and then separated and then she lived in his building?
It makes me think about something like back in the days, like the old school you when the girl worked at the library and he ended up working at it. I'm telling you, that's what it is.
Love me some you, boy. I love me some of you. So yeah, so Drew, she shows up at this professional office to go visit her attorney
Tanya,
with a
yeah.
with a jacket on that has a piece of lingerie on the outside and then a piece of lingerie on the inside. What type of tacky shit is that?
I don't
Then
even
it had,
think I clocked that.
are you for real? I didn't
I
even
gotta go back. I gotta go back and look at the photos that
I
I
need
got,
we have
but
to
I don't think I
rewind this
clocked it.
conversation because that's all I was focusing. She had some foo-foo shishi shit hanging out the top. It was horrible. Like, you know what? If you was gonna wear something like that, that's something that should be worn. Like, you know how they wear weird shit on the red carpet or wear weird shit to perform in. Why are you
Hmm.
wearing this weird shit to go see your attorney? And they all look professional, and you look like a weirdo. Okay, so then they sit down at the table.
I can't let you do my girl Drew.
I need you to go look at it, and you would let me
I
do my
am.
girl
I literally am going back. Go on with your thing. Okay.
too.
Go on with the thing.
Yeah. Look, let me live. Let me live. All right, let me cook. So then they get into the last hearing they had with Ralph. She said his lawyer wasn't there, and this man tried to cross-examine her.
Mm.
I would have been like, sir, if you don't get the hell out of my face with your ass. Okay. Her lawyer said, it really confirmed all you was telling me. He's manipulative, he's controlling. I saw all of that. I really like that lawyer. Um, she said, the goal was to get him out the house.
I thought you was gonna. I thought you was gonna get up on your soapbox. I was gonna give it. I was gonna give it to you.
For what? What do you mean?
You said you saw all of that. You have been telling us for seasons that Ralph ain't.
Let me say
And
something. But Trace, I've been telling y'all for seasons about Ralph, and I've told you also for seasons. I'm tired of talking about this man.
okay, okay.
Ralph makes my ass itch.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. You
I
did
do
say that.
not like even saying his name. He disgusts me. He's disgusting to me. Anyways, she said the goal was to get his bum ass out the house. Okay. But the judge felt compelled to just separate them because his broke ass can't afford that place and another one. Okay. And then he refuses to show his financials
Well, he kept showing all the Drews.
because he's spending whatever money he got on his trips and bitches. Okay. Drew said it's very hurtful to her because he's hiding information when he has access to all her money. I would have closed that damn account so quick.
Okay.
This this account is
But I
no
don't
longer.
think once you, I think once, and I may be wrong, you probably know better than I do, but I think once you file for divorce, you can't touch any of the like joint
I'm not
accounts or anything.
touching the damn thing. I'm just closing it.
Well, no, I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can do anything. You can't move no money.
I
You
had
can't do,
fraud activity. I listen. Shit happened where where I needed. It was an emergency.
it's an emergency.
We
You
were
ain't.
at risk. Okay. The lawyer told her that currently her filing is sealed, but the judge then went through that thing with a fine tooth comb, and she gonna unseal it like a Ziploc bag, okay? And she said it's gonna come out that he's a serial cheater, which we knew. Okay. And he took money out her account. It's fraud. See? We got fraud on the account. I don't know these transactions. I don't recognize this shit. It's time to close it.
I didn't
Close it,
approve it.
close it, send me a check for what's in there, and we can open up a new one. Okay. Um, the sexting between women and this mother tracking her. He was probably tracking her to make sure she wasn't nowhere near home or Daytona Beach.
Look, you
Okay.
stupid.
And Drew
They
is
both they
working.
both give me the vibe that they follow each other. They give me, and for my shout out to my Beyond the Gates viewers, but y'all know they give me Bill Haley vibes where they obsessed with each other. So even if they don't want to be together, they gonna still troll each other, make each other's lives because they're obsessed with each other.
You know what I wish for every woman and all of our viewers?
What?
Okay. That we all reach the age and mentality that we know, okay, that this is not where we should be and what we should do. And this is some
Okay.
immature shit. Okay.
Okay.
So Drew, she said she's worried about her kids and all this coming out. Girl, when he was gone for days and you was crying on the phone trying to reach his ass, trying to get a text message back and the message wasn't going through. You think your kids didn't pick up on that? You think they don't know their daddy a hoe? Daddy for the streets? Honey, honey. Let me tell you something. They knew before you did. All he had to say was Daytona. But you was the one in La La Land like a big dummy.
You're
Jesus Christ.
terrible. Then we move on, of course, to I believe we just see Shamea, she's taking Shia off to the hospital, who's actually excited to be the one going to the hospital to get her situation with the tonsils and the what's the adenoids, I think it's
Yeah.
called,
I know it's
out.
fun.
And then we see her return home from the hospital and she seems to be doing good.
I
She's all too
thought it was
good.
so cute that Shia wanted to get it. Like she was excited to get surgery. I ain't
Right.
never had a kid like,
Look,
yeah, let's do
I'm
this.
grown. I'm grown. Well, I'm grown and I'm scared, but I heard it's different.
Exactly. I'm glad you ain't even got to cut me. I don't want it. And she sit in her little booster seat with her little dog next to her in the suit in the seatbelt, like, yeah, I got this. What's up? What's up, Doc? Let's go.
Right. She was like, "We ready."
Period. So then we see Portia. She met her with Miss Diane. And let me say, I don't know what type of therapy this was, if it was therapy at all. I
No,
don't
I
know what
think it
this
was. Oh, I think it was just like a massage, foot massage.
was so too. But then I thought I heard Portia say I heard mouth therapy. But whatever. Look, maybe it was therapy for her because she was expressing herself to her mama. I don't know. But it looked like when you get your feet rubbed, it make you want to just blurt out everything. And I don't know. I need this in my life. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I need so that I can speak freely and be vulnerable. I just maybe a foot rub just does that to you. Okay. But then she's getting into um the falling out that she had with Simon and all the negativity. She said that it's his defense mechanism to act out in public. She said it's totally different from her first divorce because she actually went through the divorce with her first husband, but this one there's been no communication with Simon, and this is not the Simon that she knows. Okay. Miss Diane said that she always thought Simon was her protector. And for the first time, she feels like she's on an island on her own. Then Portia um, let her know that, she even tried to do it according to his customs and reach out to the family, and they ain't want to touch it. They ain't want no parts. She also let her know about, the Shamea, Britt, and Kelli situation. And she said, they went out, they was talking about me the whole time. And Miss Diane just don't understand why Shamea would even come to her with this and said, you gotta watch the dogs that bring the bone. Bookie, what we're not about to do is call Shamea a
Right.
dog. Shamia's
And not
not
even
good
that,
at
but
all.
I feel like I love how when Portia kind of cleaned it up, but I think she eventually lets a little bit of what her mother get and Kelli and everybody tell her get in her head because yeah, I love when she was like, no, I think she was in a position where she felt like she needed to protect me or
And
defend me. Right.
yeah, but the way that she said it, so like how it just rolled off the tongue, it sounds like this isn't the first time. Like I don't know, but it gave me like there's a thing for Shamia. Like I like Miss Diane, but it looked like this is not the first time she came at Miss Diane. Like I mean, it came at Shamia like this.
Okay. And see, maybe because I like Portia too, like I said, but I also think that, you know,
Because if
Miss
somebody comes,
Diane,
up to you, oh, my friend said this, da 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 da. I think you have to hear it a couple times before you're like, well, why would she come do that? I mean, you got to watch the dog bringing the bone. I
right.
don't think this is the first time you hear something like that, and that's your reaction. I feel like this is something that Miss Diane has been saying. I don't think this
Oh,
is the
okay.
first time we felt like this.
It could also be Miss Diane trying to make sure she clock in and she get on the payroll and Portia keep paying her bills. I think it might be that
I
too.
mean, she ain't got to be on camera for that. She taken care of, boo.
Oh yeah, Portia gonna keep co-signing, but she ain't got nobody else to film with because Simon gone. So anyway, Kelli is getting ready to host her event at Balmain, okay, which
Oh,
supports
or Balmain.
Balmain, which supports raising awareness for. I'm about to completely butcher this for
I just want to let you know,
osteogenesis
Maine is spelled
imperfecta.
Main. That's how you spell Maine.
You stupid. But she's having an event to support osteogenesis imperfecta.
Girl, no,
Okay.
you didn't. I just said OI, and then what did she say? What um
She said OI most of the time to shorten it, but when she explained, I
brittle
got
bone disease, and then I said also known as brittle bone disease. No, you
and for
didn't.
those who don't know what it is, it's yes, it's basically brittle bone disease. She had I love that she had a mimosa bar, but not only did she have a mimosa bar, she had a flower bar. I said, I ain't seen that. I like that. That's different. I like that.
I don't think I noticed.
Oh, it was very cute because all the little girls, the little daughters were going up
What
and
were they
getting there.
making, like bouquets or something? What were they doing?
Like you pick 10 different flowers and they make you a bouquet. It was really cute.
They said 10. You heard the
Yeah,
instructions?
no, it said it on the sign. Pick 10. That's how into it was. I was like, oh, that is so cute.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
Look, if I ever get married, that's what I may do. Y'all
You know,
drinks.
you know what's crazy? Literally,
I hope they're drinks. I'm gonna give y'all some flowers.
right before you said that, I was about to say, well, maybe I could do that in my wedding or something, but I
Right.
never.
Yeah, do that at your wedding. And look, you buy your own drinks, but here's a flower. Here's a bouquet of flowers. There you go. All right. So anyway, so then basically all the ladies start to arrive with their daughters. Portia arrives and tells Kenya that her and Drew share makeup artists. And when he told her that
Whoa, 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 whoa!
what?
You didn't talk about her story. I thought the story was crazy.
Well, she gets into the story when she makes the speech.
Oh, my bad. See, for
Yeah.
me, I have that right after. My bad. My bad. Go ahead.
I can't with you. So basically, yeah, Kelli lets us know she's done. This is not the first time she's done an event with Balmain, and this is the first time that she's shutting down a store. Okay, and so yeah, Portia arrives and tells Kenya that her and Drew, like I said, share the same makeup artist, and when the makeup artist told Drew that she was coming to Portia, she basically slowed down the process, and Kenya just basically says that they're both petty. Cynthia and Portia sit down and have a sidebar about her divorce, and Cynthia wants to check in and see how she's doing. Portia says that Simon turned into a monster, and Cynthia tells her it's okay to have her good and bad days right now. Okay. And then we see Shamea show up. And Angela is hopeful that they can get things back on track and asks Cynthia if she thinks it's a good time to try to talk to Shamea. Meanwhile, Portia asks Shamea if they talk, and Shamea says, you mean the one from the 90s with the retro nose? No, no, they haven't talked. And Shamea says she doesn't have anything for her. And I just had to because it was so freaking great. I just got to put up the retro nose. I loved it. I loved every part of it. I was like, thank you, Shamea, for giving us this. Thank you. I mean, I ran that back so many times. She said, I can't even do it. My nose won't even do it.
Do it either. I can't do it either.
But okay, now you can go into Kelly's speech.
So hold on. So Kelli gets on the mic. She explains that, you know, this is in support of OI, the same thing Tree said, brittle bone disease, which 3 of her daughters were diagnosed with. She gets emotional explaining the story and how she found out. Apparently, she took her baby to the hospital. Then 2 police officers stood in front of the door, would not let her out. CPS came because they thought this woman was A-wording her daughter
Mm.
and was not free to go home until the doctor diagnosed her. I said, oh my goodness. Well, after telling the story, she, of course, she got emotional because it is an emotional story. And then she told the ladies, shop till you drop, because this is what we supporting. Drew, late ass, missed the whole damn speech, shows up over an hour late. And I don't know how, because she took all the time from hair and makeup. So
Right.
I'm confused. Portia said that she said she ain't got it to do. She ain't got no money. She's spending all her money on an attorney, so she gonna keep her little money in her purse. Then she said, what's the girl name? Drew was asked if she spoke to Portia. She said, no. Ken said, well, she over there, girl. You can't miss them hips. She said, well, if I bump into her, then so be it. But otherwise, I'm not forcing anything. Then Angela approached Shamea and said, I think we got off on the wrong foot. Shamea told her, no, I know we got off on the wrong foot. And Angela said, this is not the temperature of the room I like to operate in. So if there's a time you want to talk, she said, I would like that. And Shamea said that she would love that because she would love to meet Angela and not Drew's representative.
Mm.
Um, and she said she ain't got no problem speaking on behalf of Drew. Okay. And basically, so Shamea said,
And
okay, well, there's
Angela don't even look. She don't even need you, Angela, because she got Allison.
and Shamea basically said, okay, well, there's nothing else to talk about because your feelings are what they are. Okay. And she said, you know what? I am so very cool on you. And Angela said, she's a mean girl. It's giving Shamina. I said, oh, not us making up names. Shamea said, if you don't,
If you
she
don't take
said, if
that
you don't take
90 no.
it, she said, if you don't take it back with that 99 nose, then this girl had the nerve to call her Flavor Flav. She said that she's the biggest hype man in the room while Portia is Chuck D just coming here to collect the check. And then they had to cut to Portia, who wasn't doing shit but watching the damn entertainment. Okay. Shamea said, we don't have any more glue. No, go get you some more glue to put that nose back down. Then Kelli said, why don't you get your nose out of Portia's ass? What's crazy to me is, girl, you literally just said your nose is up Drew's ass, though.
Right.
When you just said you have no problem speaking on her behalf, that's literally
Right.
what she was
I
doing.
literally was thinking the same thing.
So Shamea said that she was Flavor Flav for Halloween, but she didn't know she was going to be here with LaToya Jackson today. I bet you ate with that one.
Okay. Because that's what it was given.
One. I said, oh my gosh, Shamea. I need to meet Shamea. Like at this point, I need to meet her. Okay. And then, while all this is going on, little baby Brooklyn, she is too cute. She was over there just throwing back them sparkling ciders. It was giving. I know what it looked like. Okay. Then Shamea apologized to Drew. She said, if I embarrassed you, and told her that was not her intention. And she hopes that her and Portia will talk it out. Drew said she really just wants to, talk about it and move on. So then Drew approaches Portia and said, that she wanted to talk. Portia starts fake ass coughing. okay, and said she wasn't feeling good this week and said, we can do it
No,
next
I
week.
did hear her coughing during the whole, like multiple
Oh,
times during the event. I did. Now, did that keep her from talking? No.
not at all.
Okay.
So Drew was trying to push it, and she was like, "Well, we here right now. Let's just talk." Portia was like, "Yeah, I'd rather not. Okay, I'm not going to give you the TV time to sit down and talk to me about this." Okay, Portia said that basically she's really like, I want to talk and I want to talk it now. And she's trying to figure out where this audacity came from. She said she turned around and saw the audacity with braids. It was the big sister. She said, "Yeah, what we're not about to do is have this whole conversation between Drew and the sister." And yeah, that's not what we're doing. But I think Portia don't want to do it on camera. I think she don't want to give her the TV time, just like she don't want to do it with don't want Dennis to do it.
Right. I
And I
agree.
mean, listen, it look, to me it sounds crazy, but I'm not in that world, and I don't know. And Portia's been in it for years, so I don't know what can come out of it or what she's thinking. So
What did you think about her calling Allison Heavy D?
I didn't think Allison was big. Allison not big, is she?
No, I didn't think so. I was like, Portia, that was a low blow. Is it just because she light skinned, like extra light skinned, that you had to call her Heavy
Well,
D?
you thought it was a light skin joke.
I don't think she's big.
See when she said heavy D, I just thought big. I didn't even think light skin. But it's crazy
Because that's the only comparison I can see. That's why I jumped to that. And I'm not saying, I'm not trying to make it a
there's
colorism
other
thing.
light skinned people that are like. So I guess for me it's heavy
So maybe
D.
Portia considers her as fat.
I know I didn't like when Angela called Shamea Flavor Flav. But I guess I kind of lightened up a little bit when Shamea said that she actually dressed up.
Dressed up as Flavor Flav,
As,
right? Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, all right,
Yeah, because
all
I
right,
was looking sideways. I was like, why is that okay?
yeah. But when she said she dressed up as Flavor, I was like, okay. But she killed her when she said LaToya Jackson. I said, oh my god, Shamea is just a good time. Let me tell you, she's. Mm-mm. I
But
can
yeah,
hang out. I need to hang out with Shamea and Quad together. And Phaedra. I could do Phaedra too. Phaedra too. I need the good reads. I got to hear them.
you're stupid. So yeah, y'all, we appreciate you for being here for this recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. If you have not already, please make sure you hit that like button.
Make sure you comment
Make sure that you guys subscribe.
and hit the notification bell.
And make sure you're following us on all the platforms. That's the IG, Blue Sky, TikTok, and the Facebook. And yeah, we will catch you next week. Or I don't know if Nails will be back yet. Her PTO, I gotta check her request and see if she'll be
It
back.
depends. Are you doing a Monday or Tuesday?
It might be just me next week, y'all. We'll see. But anyway, I'll catch you next week for another recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Good night.